Alright guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be reviewing this headline here. Real Madrid make shocking Trent Alexander-Arnold U-turn. That's a statement. It's not a question. There's no question mark on the end. It's a statement. They make U-turn. So we're going to be reviewing that in a moment. If you're new to my channel, my peoples knows this, right? So if you're new to my channel, you need to understand that, you know, if you see a quote, if you like, in the title of my video, like team wins big, I'm reviewing someone else's, someone's headline, not making my own claim. So don't come at me with your clickbait accusations, all right? Just because you can't figure that out. I'm not here to hold your hands, you know what I mean, and walk you through basic logic. The quotes mean it's not my statement. If anyone's responsible for explaining or justifying such wording, it's the original source. I'm just analysing what they said. Unfortunately, I have to read this little fucking statement out to like complete loons that don't understand the basic logic of what quotations mean in the title of a video. So now we've got that out of the way, let's see what is being said. So this is Anfield Watch, right? So they make this this claim, Real Madrid makes shocking Trent Alexander-Arnold U-turn, and that was brought to my attention. And Daryl mentioned it from in the Cop End YouTube channel. It came out yesterday, I think. Yes, last night. So obviously people are like, oh my God, the deal's fallen through. Because, you know, they read this and maybe think, don't read the original source or whatever. Let's examine it to see if the deal has fallen through, right? So the actual original article, what they're sourcing, if you like, is, bear with me, this. Madrid begins to doubt Alexander-Arnold. Now, this is from a website. I don't know if you can see this up here, called Todo Fichajes. It's not featureheads.net. They're two different websites. Both are shite. But this one in particular is even worse than featureheads.net. So this is Todo Fichajes. Madrid begins to doubt Alexander-Arnold. Not saying it's done or anything like that. I'm going to read it to you. But they've gone with Madrid begins to doubt Alexander-Arnold, and I think it's been spun by the other website in a different way to you. All right, let me open it up for you. That's what she said. Un momento, por favor. Right, so when I got rid of all the fucking adverts, remember what I've told you, right? The more adverts, the more bullshit. Remember that. Right, uncertainty at Real Madrid. This is because of the injury to Trent at the moment. Okay, there's a lot of blurb you know, to get into the article, if you like, explaining it. And the bit that we're focusing on, right, which has spawned the other shite, is the severity of Alexander-Arnold's injury has raised concerns at Real Madrid, which could reconsider its signing strategy. Not will, not has, could reconsider its signing strategy. The club is looking to strengthen its right-back position, and the English player's medical situation could influence future decisions. Madrid has suffered greatly from injuries in recent seasons, and they don't want that to happen again. So, could begin to doubt, right? That's the only bit in the article is what I've just read to you. And that has spawned their version here of Real Madrid makes shocking Trent Alexander-Arnold U-turn. So let's just see what they've put, because I haven't read it. But I do know that they're citing that other publication, right? See what they're going to say. They talk about Trent being out injured. I can't read it out to you. It's, you know, if you do that, you get into bother. You know what I mean? Like if you read the whole thing out. They're just talking about his injury problem at the moment and previously when he was forced off. However, Trent has broken down yet again in capital letters. They put his latest injury, blah blah blah. No time frame. Here we go. So Real Madrid backing out of Trent deal. They're saying that as well. So the headline is Real Madrid made shocking Trent Alexander U-turn. And down here somewhere, There you go. You can probably see that bit for yourself now. Real Madrid backing out of Trent deal. Fans fear that they might have seen the homegrown hero in the team for the final time, considering his close links to Real Madrid, expiring contract. But the latest reports in Spain. Now, this is something else I often say to you guys as well. The latest reports. It's giving it's making it sound like there's multiple outlets making these claims. Really, it should say according to a report from Spain. Would you not agree? So I know this from reading things when I was younger myself. Do you know what I mean? Like multiple reports, multiple outlets. And it should say, according to a report from a name it, right, which I think they're doing the article, the link through to it, I think we'll get there. But then it should give you a bit of background, I think, on the publication, as to whether you should give it much attention. But the thing here is they're not here to try and help you. They're not here to try and guide you through stuff, tell you what sounds right, what sounds wrong, which is what I try to do. They're here to manipulate and get as much traffic on their website, hence the headline, right? So the latest reports, which we all know was only one report, suggest that Real Madrid are getting cold feet, in capital letters, over Trent's potential arrival due to concerns over his recent injury record. That's according to a report so they do name it, which claims Madrid are now having second thoughts about Trent, which I've read to you, you already know. Of course, this could be an encouraging sign for Liverpool. Should Madrid decline to follow up their interest in Trent, then he might well be open to signing a renewal. It's terrible, really, to be honest with you. Absolutely terrible. But unfortunately, this is what, some platforms, some publications do. That's all they're there for. It's sad, really, to be honest with you. But there you go. So anyway, there's more. Okay, there's more. So there was a mention. I did mention this, touch on this briefly today in my morning review of the Spanish football dailies. This was from AS Online. What I'm about to tell you, I do know it's not pronounced AS, but if I use that word, my videos get restricted by YouTube because it's a Spanish word. Add an extra S to it, and for some reason, when I use that in the beginning of my videos, YouTube restricts the videos. So AS, but it was online, not the print version. And I think there's a difference in reporting. Whenever you read, let's look at it this way. When someone says to you, the Mail, the Daily Mail, or AS, or Marker, or the Mirror, whatever, right? They run an article saying, and then it's a football claim, like a transfer rumor or something, or a report, right? You should then say, is it the print version or the online version? Because I always find that the print versions are more serious with the bullshit, more serious than the online stuff. The online stuff is all about, the advertising and the traffic to the website to show to potential advertising agencies and the amount of clicks they can get and banners that display it and so on, etc., etc. You're not seeing any here because I've got my ad blocker on, right? But so AS Online published this, and I think that the online is not as strong as the print versions, okay? And I can't remember if this was yesterday or today. There is no news on Trent, and in the language of the operation, that's a good sign. Because the agreement between the parties is complete. There isn't a single loose end. But the signature is still pending. That's the only thing left. Oh, is that all? Is that all? His contract with Liverpool ends this summer at Anfield. And at Anfield, they are aware of his desire to join Real Madrid, though they haven't lost hope. All hope. Does it say hope? No, sorry. I like to be specific. They haven't lost hope. They rejected all offers in January. Madrid even offered 15 million euros, but there were no further talks. And feel that, despite the risk of losing him for free, they still have a chance to convince him. Everything is in the hands of the player. Real Madrid's work is already done. Alexander-Arnold knows his salary and that he will receive a long-term contract. Everything. The signing is 99% complete. Only a sudden change of heart from Alexander-Arnold could derail it at this point, and that's not expected. Now, in the print version of AS today, it contradicts that a little bit because, you know, it says that, what did the print version say? Oh, I think that just said it's all done. That's it. You know what I mean? There's a difference between done, almost done, and all that. People will say to me, do you reckon Trent to Real Madrid's done? And I'm like, my version of done may differ to yours. Done to me, done means irreversible, signed, sealed, delivered, official, no way out, done. Right? So is it done? No. Now, the thing is, this received a bit of like, I saw Liverpool fans talking about this overnight and this morning because the Twitter twats or whatever, they get these little bits out, but they might take it out of a bigger article, you know, like a big summary. You'd have to watch my other video this morning about that. And it makes it sound like a newspaper or whatever's written an article just about Trent. Anyway, let's skip that shit. I just want to go over it. What sounds true? The agreement between the parties is complete. Yes, I think it is complete. The agreement between the parties, that means the terms, right? I do think that. There isn't a single loose end, but the signature is still pending. That's the only thing left. Well, it's a pretty big thing. That's the one thing that confuses me. I always think that why is it not signed yet? The suggestions from the Madrid-based media so far has been Real Madrid don't want to do that out of respect to Liverpool. Liverpool and Real Madrid, believe it or not, have a very good relationship at executive level. But I'm not sure why that would harm relations, unless it's because that one then would be out there. Someone would, you know, be saying it's all done, you know, signed, done, because it would be then, and it would be all over the papers. You know, someone would leak it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Some people might cling to that and think, well, he's deciding, you know, he's unsure, whatever. That's the only thing left. His contract with Liverpool ends this summer, obviously. Liverpool knows his desire to join Real Madrid. Yes, they haven't lost hope. This is a continual theme that keeps coming from the Madrid-based media. They keep going on about, you know, it's done, or 90% done. Today it's 99% done. But they keep adding this bit that Liverpool are going to continue trying to convince Trent to stay. And what they'd been banging on about previously was if Liverpool won major silverware and he's at Anfield, it's the last home game of the season, maybe he would find it too difficult to leave, things like that. So the Madrid-based media have continually said that Liverpool have not given up. That is for sure, as Rafa Benitez would say, for sure, for sure. Right. We know that Liverpool rejected offers in January. They still have a chance to convince him to stay. Liverpool think they might have a chance. I don't believe that myself. Everything is in the hands of the players, say the Madrid-based media, and I would say that is accurate, yeah, without a doubt. I don't believe, like this shit here, that Real Madrid have considered pulling out or anything like that. I don't see that happening whatsoever. Only a serious injury would do that. What was the other bit? Everything is in the hands of the player. Real Madrid's work is already done. Alexander-Arnold knows his salary. Yes, we went over that months ago. We know he's going to get a long-term contract. Only a sudden change of heart from Alexander-Arnold could derail it at this point. That is a continuous message from the Madrid-based media, including Marca, but it ends and that's not expected. And they keep saying it's not expected because the claims are in Madrid that the player and his representation, the Trent Alexander-Arnold camp, are in continuous contact with Madrid, Real Madrid, saying, well, look, no, he's still, you know, this is what he wants. He wants to play for you. He's not going to U-turn. But I don't know. It's just, for me, it's not done until it's done. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I think he's off there, mate. Like, I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. Although saying that, I feel like we missed him recently, I've got to be honest. But I'm looking forward to the next stage if he does go to Real Madrid. I am. But this here is utter nonsense. All right, guys. So I just wanted to update you because obviously people are saying, Dunk, have you heard that Real Madrid are backing out or have backed out? So I just wanted to put you right. That in the original article that they sourced is from a very speculative outlet. No one pays attention to it. And it doesn't even say that in the article. All right, guys. As for done, I'm done. It's time to go and get some scran. I'll be live on here at 1 o'clock UK if you want to come along for an answer. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got an opinion on any of this. And if you want to buy me a coffee, hit the super thanks button. I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham, where I upload a video every morning. And we talk about the channel, we talk about what's happening ahead, in the day ahead on here. And I also, of course, give my shout outs to my peoples that support me. All right, guys, nice one. All right.